This is the second in a series of videos covering the basics of motherboards and computers, seeking to inform and guide those who are new to the building and modifying of computers. If you're looking to modify your existing computer, one of the most beneficial modifications is to increase its memory by adding additional memory modules. Likewise, if you're looking to purchase a new computer which you will be assembling yourself, then memory modules, or RAM sticks as they are sometimes called, will be something you need to consider. Memory modules come in a range of form factors, and as such are not interchangeable, as they have a different amount of connections and operate at different voltages. DIMM or dual line in memory modules replaced the old SIM single in-line memory modules and allowed more memory to take up less space on the motherboard. There are a number of different versions of DIMM as the technology has changed over the years. DDR2, 3, 4 and the most recent DDR5. DDR4 stands for Double Data Rate 4 Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. DDR4 operates at a voltage of 1.2 volts. DDR5 operates at a voltage of 1.1 volts. Plus, it also has onboard error-correcting code, although not as sophisticated as ECC memory, error correction code memory, which is usually found on server motherboards. As the physical connectors for each are different, they can only be plugged into a motherboard that supports them. So it's important to get the correct memory for your computer. This is a stick of DDR4 memory, and this motherboard only accepts DDR3. As you will see, the memory module cannot be plugged into this card. With each motherboard purchased, you will receive a motherboard manual like these. These look more imposing than they actually are, as the text is held in many languages. But it does contain details of how much memory and what type and speed it can handle. Depending on your processor and motherboard combination, memory management at the hardware level can take place inside the processor. We'll cover that more in a later video. Some motherboards accept the smaller SODIMM memory modules. A SODIMM, Small Outline Dual Inline Memory Module, is a memory module that is smaller and thinner than standard DIMM modules, and was originally designed primarily for notebook computers, but is now used for some ITX or smaller motherboards, where space is at a premium. The use of SODIMMs has allowed the size of motherboards to shrink, and many of these Pico-style boards are now on the market. The speed of the memory is also important, and can be expressed as a transfer rate of mega transfers per second. The higher the number, the faster the memory will perform. The motherboard and CPU combination you have will define just how fast it can access the memory. This information should be documented in your motherboard manual, so hold on to your manual. With each new generation of memory, the speed has gone up. DDR4 had a maximum speed of around 3200 MTS. DDR5 can go as fast as 8000 megatransfers per second. It's important to have all the memory modules matching in your computer. Having different speeds is really not a good idea, and to be sure, it can be safer to get new memory modules from the same manufacturer. Some motherboards can exhibit issues if they don't match exactly. Another aspect to consider is the latency of the memory module. If you have a choice between DDR4 2666 with a latency of CL16 and DDR4 2666 with a latency of CL19, the CL16 will give better performance. Column address strobe latency, also called CAS latency or just CL, is the delay in clock cycles between the memory read request and the moment the data is actually made available. Think of it like the time between placing an order on Amazon and it actually arriving. So when picking memory modules for your computer, first pick the highest memory speed that is supported by your processor and motherboard. And then look for memory modules at that speed with the lowest CL value. This has been a short introduction to the world of memory modules for your computer. Hopefully you'll find the information useful, but that's it for today. Thank you for watching.